What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, but we're going to do something a little different today. It's no reaction, but as you guys know by now, I am a big wrestling fan. And tomorrow is a big event. Monday Night Raw moves to Netflix, and there's going to be a lot of big matches. So I thought that I would share with you guys some of my predictions and what may come of it. So let's get on with that. So for starters, I know we are getting the New Day versus Rey Mysterio and a surprise partner, okay? Now they're making it seem like we don't know who this person's gonna be. However, it's Raw on Netflix, they want to make it a big deal. We all know by now that Penta is signed with WWE. They've been having the vignettes weekly for him. So I think now is probably the time that they're gonna bring him in. And what better way to introduce him to the roster for him to debut on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. So I personally I think it's cool, but here's the thing. I like Penta. I don't know him a ton. I've seen his work a bit, but I kinda would like to see Penta as a heel lucha because I feel like we don't see that a lot. You know, Rey Mysterio has never been a heel. I don't really remember. I think at one point they were, but we had like the Lucha House Party, Kalisto, and the other two, who I'm sorry I forget their names, but I don't remember them being heels, and if they were, well, it goes to show I don't remember it. So, and plus, they never were really like pushed to the top. I want to see some luchas like pushed to the top as like not like a Drew McIntyre type top heel, but just like, you know, a menace. The last heel lucha I remember seeing was the Sin Cara lookalike. You know, there was the main blue Sin Cara, and then there was the black and red Sin Cara that ended up being Unico. So I think Penta, I would like to see Penta debut as a heel, but I think he's probably going to be a face and maybe turn heel down the line. But also, I feel like if Penta debuts, he should debut on his own. I mean, maybe they want to give him like Rey Mysterio on the side because Rey Mysterio is so well known already in the WWE. So hey, let's put Penta with Rey and get them together. But it's like you have the whole LWO. You know, you have the two former members from, was it Legado? I forget if they used to be with Legado, right? Yeah, with Santos Escobar. So you have them two. And then you have, what's his name? Dragon Lee. And I like Dragon Lee. Like I've seen his matches, and it kind of annoys me that we don't really see him have a lot of matches. Like I thought they were gonna push him as like not the next Rey Mysterio. I don't think anyone's gonna be the next Rey Mysterio, but I thought they were gonna like really push him up there. But we really have not seen much of him. So I mean, I feel like you have all these guys on Rey Mysterio's team already in the LWO that could be his partner and give them the spotlight. But I get why they would want to go with Penta. Regardless, I think they're gonna win. You know, or maybe Big E shows up and costs the New Day the match. Although I don't think Big E will come back up until the Royal Rumble. Next, I don't think if this was confirmed or not. It might have been teased. Maybe not for Raw on Netflix. Maybe at a later date. But they gotta do Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, like just one more time because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this feud going on. I think they both need to move on to other things, okay? But they just keep getting in each other's way, and I think maybe the solution is to put one of them on a different brand, or just have them go after different people. Because Finn Balor just won't stop leaving Damian Priest alone. And I'm getting tired of it because this feud has been going on for at least 6 months, right? So I'm kind of over it. So I think they just need one more defining match, and the winner is the overall winner, and that's it. You move on. I love Damian Priest. He's probably one of my favorites. When a lot of people were talking crap that he would not make a good champion, I was like, you got to give him a chance because he's been one of my favorites since he was in NXT. I loved his gimmick. I loved his theme songs. Not to mention he's Puerto Rican and he's from New York. So, from the get go, I was always a big fan of Damian Priest. However, I've always loved Finn Balor too. And in recent years, it kind of annoyed me how they would book him. He had a great run in NXT. Both times he had a great run in NXT. But the fact that he's been in WWE, I believe, for 10 years now, I could be wrong. It could be maybe close to 10 years. No, it's 2025 now. I'm pretty sure it's 10 years. I'm pretty sure he's been around that long. It doesn't really feel like that long, but 10 years is a long time to not win the world title twice. He won it once and had to relinquish it the following night due to injury, and they just never gave him a chance after that. And I don't get why. I really don't, because he's always been one of my favorites. And I'm not just saying it to be biased. I think he's a great wrestler, and from what I read online not too long ago, the higher ups in WWE now are looking at him as a locker room leader. So I'm hoping that he kind of makes his way out of the Judgment Day at some point, which is maybe why they're doing this little back and forth between him and Liv. Maybe he leaves the Judgment Day this year and maybe gets another title run. I don't know when. Maybe later this year. I'd say, he's on Raw, so he would win the world title. But with Gunther being the champion, I believe that maybe CM Punk might win the Rumble and challenge Gunther at Mania. So if Finn Balor does win the title, maybe it's later this year after Mania. I really don't know. Because now you have so many superstars who are going to be in the title picture, where it's like, you got to make room for people. I want Jey Uso to have a world title run this year too. But if CM Punk beats Gunther at Mania, if that is the case, if that is the match, hypothetically, I can't see CM Punk losing it anytime soon after that. But there are so many people on the roster now that I think are worthy of being champion. Finn Balor. I wouldn't mind Damian Priest having another title run either, but Drew McIntyre, it kind of pisses me off that he has not had another title run. Yeah, he won at Mania for a few minutes. That doesn't count, people, okay? Drew McIntyre has also been one of my favorites since he debuted, early 2010s. When they fired him, I was upset. When they were, I feel like they were fooling him around, throwing him with 3MB. It always annoyed me. It always bugged me how they booked McIntyre. And ever since he's been back, I love it. He is my favorite heel. He is my favorite heel. He needs another title run because the last time he got one was during the pandemic. And I love that he finally won the title. He won the Rumble. He eliminated Brock Lesnar. And he won the title. But it wasn't in front of people. And that must make you feel some type of way. At least you won the Rumble in front of an audience. But to finally get your shot at the title and win at Mania, and it's not even in front of a crowd, you gotta feel some type of way about it. You need that moment again. And yes, you got it at Mania. But that doesn't count for me. No, I mean I want a reign. Not no 5-minute reign. I want an actual title run with Drew McIntyre. Jey Uso. I want Jey Uso to have a world title run too. So there's a lot of people on the roster who deserve it. I don't know how they're gonna do it, or if they do it, maybe they don't do it at all. Or maybe some move to SmackDown and they chase the WWE title. I guess we'll see what happens. Speaking of which, next up we have Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. I think that I love Jey Uso, don't get me wrong, but as I've just stated, I love Drew McIntyre more. And I just think it makes more sense for him to win because now he's on this whole mission of taking down each member of the bloodline, right? He already fought Sami Zayn, so now he's fighting Jey Uso. So I think it only makes sense that he now eliminates Jey Uso, right? If Jey Uso wins, it's like a feel-good moment. Oh, yeah, you won. You beat Drew McIntyre. But then what? How does that help him move forward with whatever, I don't think that really helps him as much as it would make more sense for McIntyre story-wise for him to win and then slowly take out more bloodline members. Then he goes after Jimmy, and eventually he goes after Roman again. So I feel like that makes the most sense if Drew were to win. There's not really much for me to say on this match. That's pretty much it. So give Drew that W. Now I heard that they were gonna do Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria for the IC Women's Title for the finals of the tournament, but I heard that they moved it because they didn't want it being overshadowed with everything else going on, which I understand. So I mean, I guess we're not getting that tomorrow, but in terms of that match, I kind of want Dakota Kai to win. I kind of want Dakota to win, but at the same time, Lyra is one of my new favorites. So if she won, I wouldn't be upset. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset with either. It was kind of the same way on SmackDown with the US title, Chelsea Green versus Michin. I like them both a lot, and I think they both really deserve the title. So as long as they both get the title at some point, then I'm okay with whoever becomes the inaugural women's IC champion. Now, of course, it's Raw on Netflix. It's a big deal. They've been making it out as a WrestleMania type of event. It's going to be 3 hours. So, we need some appearances. John Cena is coming back for his final run. I don't think he's going to be in the match tomorrow, but I think he'll probably be in the segment where he probably delivers someone an attitude adjustment, or they tease who his first opponent might be. And I'm really excited for it, and I'm really sad for it. Because when I first started watching it in 2010, John Cena was on the very, very top. He was the champion, He was Super Cena. He was never losing. So I mean, for him to come back now and for it to officially be his last year, it kind of hits, It makes me feel old, first of all, but also it's like, damn, like John Cena, John Cena is retiring. Like, this is it after this year, and I think that's crazy. But I think he's gonna have a hell of a run, and they have to give him his world title. He needs to win one more world title, and if he doesn't, they got to give it to Randy. I think that Randy should beat Ric Flair's reign. Everyone says John Cena should do it, and I get why. He carried the company for so long. And if he does break it, I'm happy with that. But if Cena doesn't break it, I want Randy to. Because he's been around longer than a lot of people. And that's his life, Randy never went Hollywood or anything like that. His whole life has been WWE, and he said his main goal is to leave the WWE retiring as the guy who did it the longest. So that's longer than John Cena. That's longer than The Undertaker. And The Undertaker did it for a long time. So if anyone deserves it besides John Cena, it's got to be Randy Orton. If it is Randy and not John Cena, I think they should at least give John Cena the Intercontinental title so he can at least be a Grand Slam champion. Because he's not even that. And if he's not going to be the one to hold the most world titles, I think he should at least be added to the list of Grand Slam champions. As far as returns go, I think we'll see maybe 1 or 2 returns, maybe. I'm sure again we'll see some debuts. I think Becky Lynch might return tomorrow, and maybe set something up. And I think Randy could return too. But then again, he was on SmackDown, so and he's more than likely absolutely going after Kevin Owens. So you know what? I think maybe Randy might return at the Rumble. If they don't return tomorrow, then I can see both of them returning at the Rumble for sure. Now, of course, we're going to see other superstars like, Braun Breaker, Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser, maybe an IC title match, I don't know. But, we're going to see all these superstars too. These just aren't confirmed matches, but I'm sure that we're going to see something from these superstars. Hell, Tiffany just won the women's title on SmackDown, so maybe she makes an appearance too. Maybe Cody makes an appearance. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he didn't. You have Roman versus Solo, the whole bloodline thing going on. You got superstars from SmackDown on Raw recently. So and it's Raw on Netflix. Again, they're making it such a big deal. I would be surprised if Cody wasn't on Raw tomorrow. And if Cody's on it, then I think maybe Kevin's on it. And maybe he tries to attack Cody, and then Randy comes out and kicks his ass. So Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns for the Ula Fala and the title of the Tribal Chief. this is not the main event. So it's got to be the co-main event. Yeah. It's a big deal. And I think if The Rock returns, he's going to return in some capacity with this match. But personally, I think that Roman's going to win. Come on. He is the tribal chief, the original tribal chief. He needs the Ula Fala, okay? Plus, I hear that Netflix wants the Bloodline on Raw. I don't know if that means the whole Bloodline, like if the whole Bloodline feud is literally going to be moved from SmackDown to Raw, or if they're going to keep Solo and his Bloodline on SmackDown. But I think Roman's going to win, and Solo's going to have to acknowledge him as the tribal chief and the head of the table. And next, we got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I'll make it quick and simple. I hear this is the last time they are doing this, thank God. But I think Rhea should win, and here is why. Not because I want Rhea to be a champion. Liv has had a good title run, and I've always wanted Liv to be champion ever since she beat Ronda Rousey. Though that title reign did not last long. And it was Ronda Rousey she was versing. And she's kind of doo-doo. So I'm glad that she had her title run, and it's been a pretty decently long run. I want Rhea to win because at Mania, because, it's January. This is around the time they start building towards Mania, especially with the Rumble around the corner, early February. I want Io Sky to win the Rumble, and I want to see Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley at Mania. And I think by Rhea beating Liv, make Io win the Rumble, that is a clear path for Mania. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we have the main event. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I honestly have no idea how this match is going to go. They've been feuding for a while, years, going back and forth. Given, this was while CM Punk was in WWE and Seth Rollins would take shots at him throughout the years. But now, we finally get to see them in the ring. I don't think this is going to be a one-off thing. There's no way you're going to build this up and just have them fight once. I could see them fighting at the Rumble, maybe even the Elimination Chamber too. I could see them doing like a best of 3 type of thing here. Or maybe not, because the build to Mania is coming up. So maybe that's why they're doing it, because they're not going to plan on having them fight each other at Mania. They would just want to do it now. It's just hard to picture this being a one-off thing because they have so much chemistry and they hate each other. So how are you going to only have them fight once? So if I had to guess a winner, though, for their first roundabout, I'm going to say CM Punk. He is CM Punk. He's the best in the world. Given I think Seth Rollins has kind of been cooking him on the mic recently, but I don't know. I can't really say CM Punk just got back because at this point he's been back for over a year now. But I just can't picture CM Punk losing to Seth Rollins in their first match. But maybe Seth Rollins wins. I don't know. This is just my prediction. But honestly, I'm happy with whoever wins. I don't think the story's going to end there anyway. So, yeah, I think that's all the matches that I know of. So, those are my predictions. If you like this video, then please leave a like. Comment your predictions, who you think is going to win these matches. And remember to subscribe. If you watch Raw on Netflix, I hope you all enjoy it. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. You know what to do? Get out of here.